Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Julie and today I'm going to create a couple of pockets. One of them is a flip out pocket and the other one is a simple but large pocket. I'm going to use Uniquely Creative papers from the Juniper and Sage range, and I got these from Paper Inspirations in my design team kit. Okay, so I'm going to start on my next page here. So I'm going to stick this onto this to make a big pocket. So I could stitch that along there. What I might do is glue this here because I don't want to have things sliding out the other end. So I'm going to just run a little bead of glue along there. Like so. It's a bit messy, isn't it? And then I'm going to fold that over on that. Make sure that I've got it nicely lined up. Okay. I want that perfectly lined up on there. So that is perfectly lined up there. And then just finish that down there. And now I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and stitch along there and along there, not there. Okay, so I'll go and do that and I will be right back. Okay, so I've stitched along there. I did zigzag where it was straight and I did straight where it was zigzag because I didn't want to sort of perforate the paper and hope it doesn't tear. And there's my pocket, so I've got a nice big pocket there. I'm probably going to add a couple of these tags in there, so they'll fit in there quite nicely. Okay, so that's my plan for that pocket. Now I want to make another pocket on here, but I'm going to make a flip out pocket. So to do that I need some more cardstock. And this is my last piece of this pack that I've got left, so I'm going to use that, and it'll go fine in there. You know, that goes in there. This page will be next to it. It's the daisy. This page is next to it, so you know that's fine. Yep. So I want to have my pocket about how tall? How tall do we want that? To about there, I reckon. So that's about, let's say 3.5 inches. So I'm going to cut a strip of this that is 3.5 inches tall. If you prefer the, you know, the shabby look, there's no reason why you couldn't tear this. Now, where is it? There we go. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over to make my pocket. How wide do I want my pocket? I reckon probably to about there. How wide is that? There, 4 inches. So I'm going to cut this 9 inches. 9 inches. So I want 9 inches. That would give me, I'm going to do 9.5 inches. Be on the safe side. Okay, now I want my scoreboard. I could be a little more organised, couldn't I? And I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to score at 4.5 inches. That's going to give me a 4-inch thing. And then another 4 inches from there is 8.5 inches. Okay. So there we go. 1/2 inch, 4.5 and 8.5. Oh, I should have added some on the bottom. Anyway, so score these, fold and burnish these. Okay, now this is going to go on here, so that is going to tuck inside of that pocket, like so. And this is going to be glued there, so that will fold over like that. So there's a little bit of a... What I'm going to do is move this score line out a little, so that it doesn't bind up. So I'm going to move that out. That was 1 inch. Inch out. I'm going to change it so that it's 7/8 of an inch. I wonder if that would be enough to free that up. I probably should do all these sorts of things first, shouldn't I? And then when I come on and show you how I do it, well then it'll be a bit more polished. So that's going to go on there like that. That's going to go like that. That's going to stick down there. So that's going to stick down like that. And that is going to fold over like that. And that will be good. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to cut a divot in this first of all. I'm going to use my 2-inch circle punch for that. It's either a 2-inch or a 1-inch, nothing in between. So I'm going to go with that. Excuse me. Oh. Now I'm going to ink around the edges of this. I'm going to put a bit of where that is. I'm going. Oh no, I won't, because this is a white journal. Yeah. So white's okay. So now I'm just going to ink around the back. So how is everybody? All good, I hope. We're still having some blustery old winter weather here. And it's getting a bit tiring, to be honest, but what can you do about it? Nothing you can do about the weather, eh? So I'm going to just cut those off on a bit of an angle so that they're not poking out when I stick that down. I don't really need to do it on this edge, but I will anyway, because that edge is going to be inside the pocket. Inside that big pocket. Okay, so now I'm going to put some glue on here. And fold this over. Fold that over onto Now because we've got that gusset on there, makes our pocket a bit bigger. Should have put some glue along the bottom, shouldn't I? Because without that, it's not really a pocket. And this is where I was thinking that I should have put another 1/2 inch fold up so that I would have more room, you know, still make the actual inside of the pocket a bit more bulky so you can get more in and out. So let's make sure that that's not stuck anywhere we don't want it to be. And then we can put some glue on this section. Oops, don't go outside the edge on this, and don't, yeah, certainly don't put your glue on your crease, which I have there. So we're just going to tuck that in. Now we could take it right down to the bottom, or we could have it up a fraction. I'm just going to put it up about 1/4 inch so that we can still see our stitching down here. Just burnish that so that it sticks nicely in place. When we flip it open, we can still see our area here, and that folds in and out without jamming on anything, so that's a big bonus. Okay, so now, is that pocket big enough? Yes, it is. So one of those tags could sit in there quite nicely. I may need to make some more of these tags. Anyway, I can do that. Although, as I said, this is my last sheet of paper. So anyway, I can work on that later on. Alright, so that's fine. That works well. So we've got a big pocket here. And we've got a pocket here that flips out. So we've got plenty of room there for journaling. I'll decorate this a little bit, and I'll also decorate the inside of that a little bit. This might be just a little bit too much showing there, but it will be fine. I could always put some lace or something down there if I wanted to, or even, you know, I can put a row of washi tape down there. I've got plenty of washi tape. I might do that just to hide that and give it a bit of extra adhesion to there. So now I'm going to think about, so that goes in there, so that's the other page, that's the other page of that. So we've got writing here, we've got writing here. I'll decorate that a little, and I'll decorate this a little, and it will have a tag or two in there as well. Or I've got this journaling card that I might put in there if it fits. Does it fit? Nope, doesn't fit. So that's out. So anyway, we'll make something to go in there, either a tag or something. Alright, I'll think about what I'm going to decorate this with, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, I've gathered up a few things, and to start with, I think I'm going to put a bit of cheesecloth down, gauze, whichever you choose to call it. Just spray that out a little bit. Take a bit off each side. It's very pliable, this stuff, you know, malleable should I say, not pliable. You can pull it and stretch it into all sorts of shapes. So I'm going to put that along there like that for starters. And I have this ruffle that I'm going to put there over the top of it. So I'm going to drop that down a bit and put, oh no, I'll put that up a bit and drop that down a bit. Okay, so run a bit of glue along there. You can colour your cheesecloth as well if you want to. Now I made this before and it was just sitting over there in my little scrap box, so I might just trim those cottons up a little. A bit of messy stitching there, but that's alright. Just cut them off. Okay, so let's try again. Bit of glue along here. I just put a row of glue along the stitching, that will generally hold it in place. Okay, so that goes there. And then I have got I've got this label that I stamp using the Tim Holtz Field Notes stamp and some Stays On jet black ink. And I'm just going to ink around the edge of that, and I'm going to pop that about there. And then I cut this circle out of that same pattern paper. It's you know, one of those fussy cut sheets that you get in the paper pads or paper collections. I must admit my circle cutting is not the greatest, because I didn't want to hunt around and find my circle die and then take it to my big shop and all of those sorts of things that we don't like to do when we're in the middle of something. That's why it's always a good idea to do all this fussy cutting and organising beforehand, but I'm afraid I'm just not that organised at it. When I sit down to craft, I generally just wing it. So that will be the front of our pocket, and on the back, now I've got some of this Tim Holtz washi tape here, this white stuff. And I thought what I might do is put some of this down here. So let's cut. I mean, it's going to be sideways, but is that going to matter? I don't think so. So I'm going to just put some. Don't want to take it over onto there. A little bit. So I'm going to put that on there, line it up with the top and run that down there. So that just gives that hinge a bit more stability, and it covers up that little gap that was there. And if I take my scissors and trim that off, and let's fold that over first and make sure it sits nicely. Get my bone folder in there. I'm using a Teflon bone folder because it doesn't make your paper shiny. When I was using you know, the normal bone folder, I found that the paper was quite often shiny, which I didn't like. So now I'm just trimming this off where it's got an overhang. I'm going to try not to cut those off. If I do, I do. And then trim that up there. Don't cut our cardstock. Okay, so that's a start for our decorating. Now, because this is going to close over, I don't want it to be too bulky, and I've got this piece of paper that come with the collection, and it's got like the faux stitching on it. So I thought I might put that there, and I've got this Admit 1 ticket that I could put like that, and I've got that Friends So perhaps if I turn it around so we've got the stitching showing, then put the admit one, and then have the friends coming. No, can't see it. We've got that we can put behind it, and then bring that out there like so. Take that over a little bit more. What do we think of that? That's a bit nondescript, isn't it? Definitely want to use the ticket, so let's ink that up. And I definitely want to use some of this. Now, that's too small. I'm not going to use this whole strip, but when I cut it down to length, well then I'll ink the end again. I've got another circle here, I could fussy cut that. Not the easiest thing to do. I hate cutting circles out, but they never come out a pure circle. Bit of ink works wonders, doesn't it? The more I look at it, the more I think I want to put that sideways and put that. So we've basically got the same thing as we got on the front, except less bulk. So I think I might go for that. Unless anyone's got any better suggestions. So if I cut that off about there, ink that. Got these flowers, and I did put some flowers on my project the other day, so I could use some of these, a couple of these little apricot-y coloured flowers on there. Let's have a look at that. Move that over there, put that there, that in there, and then a couple of little flowers like so. Yeah, I think I'll do that. What do you think? Overlap those onto that. So these are just flowers that I've fussy cut from various pattern papers or printables or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Hang on a minute, that's not crooked, is it? It could well be, I could say it could well be. Yeah, so as I was saying before, it's very cold here at the moment. But it is winter, so I guess what do you expect? It would be nice to have a bit of a break. We've had rain for some time too, and it gets a bit tedious. Actually want to stay at home anyway, more crafting time. If you're wondering why I hang on to that blue bottle the way I do, I have got arthritis in my thumbs and it hurts to push on the bottle. So I've decided to turn it sideways. Take that over off the edge there. I've decided to turn it sideways and use my fingers to push on it, and that way it doesn't hurt. So that can go there. This bigger, slightly bigger flower can go on the bottom. Here we go, glue everywhere. Put that there so it overlaps those layers. I'm a big believer in overlapping. I like things to be joined so it looks like it's continuous and meant to be there. And this one can go up there like so. Okay, so there we have our flip out pocket. So tag, oopsie, tag, tag, and tag. That's our tags for there. This one will go in there, so that will be like that. So I've got plenty of, I've got some rub-ons. I might put some rub-ons on that, just for a little bit of something. But this is writing space. This is writing space. We've got plenty of tags for writing space. We've got a big pocket here that's got tags in it that you can write on, because of the backs of these, both of them have got room for writing. Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do next is my cover. And I'll make the cover, and then that will be this little journal finished. So it's only got like three sheets of paper in it, so that's like 6 pages. So it's just a nice little one. I haven't decided what sort of cover I'm going to put on it as yet, but that will happen in the next day or two. And then it will be finished. Alright, well, that's it. Thank you for being here with me today. I hope you've enjoyed that. Pretty straightforward and pretty easy little project, but plenty of space there. I think, in point of actual fact, I think those tags are a bit too bulky, so I'll make some more tags to go in there that are not quite so bulky. I might make a couple of smaller ones in there. Yeah, okay, no worries. Alright, well, as I said, oh, there's writing space there as well. Yeah, as I said, thank you for being here. I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. I will put a link in the description box to everything that I've used here. I'll put a link in the description box to all of the videos that I've made while I've been creating this journal. And they'll be in the description box. And yeah, so that's it. And thank you. Okay, see you next video. Bye.